In the shadows of Mexico's violent drug war, one name rose above all others, a man so powerful, so elusive, that even governments struggled to stop him. His name is Nemesio Oseguera Cervantes. But the world knows him by another name, El Mencho, leader of one of the most dangerous criminal organizations on earth, the Jalisco New Generation Cartel, also known as CJNG. Tonight on True Crime, we uncover the rise, reign, and the dramatic death of Mexico's most infamous cartel boss. El Mencho was born in 1966 in a small farming community in Mexico. Poverty was common, opportunity was rare. Like many young men from rural Mexico in the 1980s, he crossed into the United States illegally, searching for work and a better life. But instead of opportunity, he found crime. In California, Oseguera became involved in drug trafficking. He was arrested in the early 1990s for heroin distribution and served time in U.S. federal prison before being deported back to Mexico. What happened next would change the balance of power in the Mexican underworld. When El Mencho returned to Mexico, the country was entering one of its bloodiest eras, the Mexican drug war. He joined the powerful Mencho cartel, working his way up the ranks. But alliances in cartel politics are fragile. After Mexican authorities arrested key leaders, internal power struggles erupted. Violence exploded. And from that chaos, El Mencho saw opportunity. Around 2010, El Mencho helped form what would become the Jalisco New Generation Cartel. Unlike older cartels that preferred secrecy, CJNG used shock and intimidation. They released propaganda videos showing masked gunmen with military-grade weapons. They displayed armored vehicles. They declared war on rivals and the Mexican state. CJNG quickly expanded across Mexico, controlling ports, smuggling routes, and methamphetamine production at industrial levels. After years on the run, the reign of El Mencho came to a violent end in February 2026. In a high-stakes military operation in the hills of Jalisco State, tipped off by intelligence linked to one of his romantic partners, Mexican special forces surrounded El Mencho's hideout near Tapalpa. A fierce firefight erupted. El Mencho was wounded and later died while being flown to a medical facility. Sky News. This operation marked one of the most significant blows to organized crime in Mexico in decades. Al Jazeera. But the story didn't end there. Within hours of his death, chaos engulfed parts of Mexico. Cartel gunmen launched coordinated reprisals against the state, setting fire to vehicles, blockading highways across multiple states, and attacking military and law enforcement personnel. In Jalisco New Generation Cartel-controlled regions, violent clashes claimed dozens of lives, including members of the National Guard and suspected cartel fighters, as unrest spread from Jalisco into Michoacán and beyond. News on air, schools and airports were temporarily shut down. Authorities urged civilians to shelter in place as the nation grappled with the fallout. El Mencho's death marked the end of an era, but not the end of the violence. His cartel remains active, its network sprawling across Mexico and into the United States and beyond. While removing a notorious kingpin may deliver a symbolic victory, experts warn it could also spark new turf wars and power struggles within the cartel underworld. Euronews. The vacuum left behind raises critical questions. Who will rise to replace him? Will CJNG splinter into competing factions? Or will the cartel evolve into something even more dangerous? Mencho was once one of the most wanted fugitives in the world, with multi-million-dollar rewards offered by both Mexico and the United States for information leading to his capture. His cartel, infamous for trafficking fentanyl, methamphetamine, and cocaine, was deeply embedded in global smuggling networks, shaping the drug trade for over a decade. Even in death, his legacy continues to influence international security and drug policy. From a rural village in Mexico to the pinnacle of criminal power, and finally to a violent end in a military raid, El Mencho's story is one of ambition, brutality, and legacy. But the war on drugs continues. Will Mexico ever find lasting peace? Only time will tell. Subscribe for more true crime investigations. Comment below. What do you think will happen next in the world of cartels?